By now, we all probably know at least one person who caught the Omicron variant of COVID and spent the holidays in quarantine or in the hospital. But the hospital remains open, even as more and more healthcare workers are quitting in the middle of the pandemic. News 12's Scott Coral spoke with a doctor at Erlanger about what's being called the Great Resignation.
You heard that right, the Great Resignation. As of November of 2021, 3% of healthcare workers, doctors, nurses, aides, and others quit the job and got out of the field in the middle of a pandemic. That's more than at any time this century. Doctors are feeling the pressure, but it may be tougher on those dealing directly with the patients.
Physically and in terms of just trying to do our jobs, I think the nurses have the hardest brunt of this, but the patients don't stop coming, and we took an oath to take care of them. So we take care of them in hallways. We take care of them. We do what we have to do to take care of patients, but people can only do that to a certain point. And I think you're seeing a lot of people get to the breaking point.
Yesterday, Hamilton County announced over 1,000 new cases of COVID, a record high. That number was double what it was just 7 days prior. Hospitals, as well as their workers, are feeling a lot of that pressure.
When your cases triple, quadruple, go up by a factor of 10 in a span of a few days, there's only so much flex room that you have.
While many of those who quit did so because they had younger kids to take care of, while schools were shut down due to the pandemic, there was a philosophical shift in patients that also made a difference.
We're not used to being the enemy. And to a lot of patients who come in our doors, that are almost exclusively unvaccinated, a lot of whom have unfortunately gotten some very bad information, we're the enemy. We're lying to them. We're not doing the treatments they think that they should be getting, and that's a whole nother level of stress.
No one wants to hear that first responders and essential workers are quitting during the pandemic. While cases are undoubtedly going to rise over the next few weeks, it may not be a sign that we are regressing. The fact that less people are dying may show that Omicron might be the next logical step to weakening the virus and ending the pandemic for good. In the studio, Scott Coral, News 12 Now.